This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and seriously, how is it going to show me another Jaws ripoff and not the actual movie? Grizzly is a 1975 animal attack slasher horror film from director William Girdler that's, well, if you've seen Jaws, Killdozer, or Snow Beast, then you've already been through this story before. This time it's set in a national park, the victims are campers or hikers, the shark is a giant grizzly bear, and, what else is there to really say? I'm actually convinced that if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Killdozer was actually more original than this movie. I'm not even just trying to stall and not talk about the movie. It's just that devoid of anything novel or interesting that actually happens. Everything that goes on is by the numbers for an animal attack film, much less a run-of-the-mill Jaws ripoff. It all adheres to a structure that a much better movie set up before, effectively showing that just because you can follow a formula, it doesn't mean everything else will fall into place. One of the major problems with Grizzly is how its characters stick to their general roles and archetypes, which have now been boiled down to more basic ideas than anything deeper. You've got a rebellious hero figure, you have an aloof expert, you've got a skeptical landowner, you have a love interest who does nothing substantial, and then you have, well, anybody else who talks in this movie is pretty much cannon fodder, grizzly fodder, whatever. It honestly feels like the most development that occurs between characters is whether or not someone dies. If the movie does have anything going for it, I will admit that Grizzly does at least have a production budget to its name. Everything is shot on location. There are a good number of helicopter shots. Cinematography overall seems pretty varied and is able to give the land around our characters some good coverage. The use of orchestral music is, well, kind of inappropriate, but still pretty sweeping. And even the special effects and makeup are able to pull some weight. Unfortunately, in that case, the editing of the film only barely shows those gory moments, which are visceral but last for less than a second before cutting away to something less believable, generally some shot that involves the bear itself. There is an actual bear featured in this movie's production, but obviously they don't put the cast in danger. Instead, they cut to its victims being slapped around by fake bear paws, which just bring these scenes of terror around from being thrilling to being campy. But it's not as fun as actual camp, so it's just stupid instead, and shows the laziness inherent in the film's existence. It's not a laziness in production, obviously, but more in concept. The filmmakers thought that they could simply throw money at a project and make something that they think meets all the requirements of a blockbuster. But it takes more than just filling out a checklist to do the job right. Simply put, Grizzly is what you get when you think you can ride a trend and get away with it. Grizzly, William Girdler, 1975. 1 star. I don't recommend seeing this. At least, not unless you're gonna make fun of it. That's it for me. If you like this review, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I suppose this would be an early example of a mockbuster. I just hope that doesn't mean I'll be subjected to more movies like this in the future.